Hey, how's it going guys? Jack and Matt here with the Toasty Bros, and today we're going to be showing you 5 ways to spice up your gaming PC.
You might not be able to buy a graphics card right now, but if you want to make your PC look nice and add some more FPS with that RGB, only partially joking, stay tuned to today's video because we're going to show you 5 of our recommended things that you can do. But before we talk about that, let's hear a word from today's sponsor. Today's video is brought to you by GVGMall, the online marketplace to gain access to some really awesome discounted game keys and more specifically, Windows 10 licenses.
All you have to do is use the link in the description down below, go to GVGMall's website, use code TB20 to get 20% off of your purchase.
Really easy to activate your Windows install. Buy the key, you get the key, and then you can just throw it into your Windows install of choice, and boom, there you go. You have activated Windows 10 ready to go.
So thanks again to GVGMall for sponsoring today's video. So these 5 upgrades that we have, we bought straight from Amazon. You can get all different kinds of variations of them, so links in the description down below. They're affiliate links, they do help us out. But the 5 things that we think are the biggest bang for the buck as far as aesthetics go.
So how about not waste any more time and dive into our #1 recommendation most of the time, RGB fans. Because as you can see right here, there's no RGB, and the fans aren't even working now that I'm looking at it. So there's a problem going on here. Let's talk about that.
So this PC that we have here, guys, we'll be honest, it's pretty cool. It's actually really high-end PC, so we actually just turned these fans off because they're already RGB. But the fans that we do recommend are up here fans. We absolutely love these fans because anywhere from like $25 to $35, they have a lot of different variations. You can get 5 to 6 of these up here fans. And I'll just kind of show you guys what they look like real quick, but they basically come in a pack and they come with an RGB hub. We really like fans that come with a centralized connector because it just makes it so much easier to get them all working, and you don't have to use software or anything with these. It literally comes with this hub, you plug all your fans in, a single connector, and then you have a remote that comes in there and you can change the colors and whatnot. You can even run it off of the reset switch, which pretty much every case has. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug these fans back in so you guys can just see the difference. I just dropped a screw. But yeah, we just wanted you guys to be able to see the difference on how amazing some RGB makes the build look. Oh. But yeah, it's just insane at how much aesthetic, just 3, actually no, 3. There's only 3 RGB fans. These ones up here aren't even RGB. So, if we really wanted to, we could add the up here fans, but then we'd have 2 different brands of fans, and that gets a little bit finicky at times.
But yeah, all these like cheap RGB fans are pretty much the same. Yeah, I really like these like easy DIY ones that we got. They're actually really nice, and Jack's gonna cut his finger. But yeah, RGB fans, super easy to add. As long as you can add fans and you have the room to actually power them, then yeah, RGB fans are a great upgrade. Let's go ahead and try something else. Next up are sleeved cables. Now, sleeved cables come in different variations. These right here are actually pretty special. They are about $40 altogether, which is, well, not super expensive. You can go really high end with some sleeved cables and spend a ton of money, but we prefer the Amazon Special. These are the Easy DIY FAB, or the FAB. Basically what they are sleeve cables. They are white, but the beauty of them is they come with cable combs that have RGB on them. They do sell like RGB cables that you can get, but they're very expensive. So this is kind of like the cheaper alternative, and it actually is from Easy DIY, the same brand that we use these RGB fans with. So in theory, we could plug it all into the same hub, as long as that actually works. We'll check the connector to make sure, but everything can sync up and have no problems whatsoever. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is open this thing up. And again, in theory, with me being able to plug it up to the hub, because it may or may not actually work. Most of these hubs are pretty much the same though. They use the same like cheap proprietary connector. So sometimes you can mix and match some of these brands, but don't quote me on that. So we're gonna go ahead and open this thing up. Look at all these little cable combs. So they're kind of cute. See, they have little connectors right here. They go on the 24 pin. I don't expect to use a ton of these. I'm probably just gonna use the 24 pin, honestly. The rest of these seem kind of extra and will take a lot of time for me to run cable combs by those fans. So we're gonna go ahead and use these and then run the rest the same way. But yeah, just extensions. All you gotta do is plug in your connector into here from your power supply, plug it in there, boom, easy to go. Yeah, let's just switch to a time lapse real quick and upgrade this thing. Okay, so we got the combs all set up, and I'll be honest, they look pretty good. Now, we did use a lot of them on this GPU connector. In theory, it comes with enough for basically 2 on each cable. As you can see right here on the 24 pin, we have 2. It would be nice to have a little bit more coverage right here, but it still looks really nice. It does not work with the RGB fans we have here. In theory, you could get something that would work with it, but it really comes with just a 3-pin ARGB header for like your motherboard, but it does come with an adapter to go to Molex. So if you really just want to run off that and then use the remote that it comes with, you can use that to change the modes. But of course, we're sticking with good old plain RGB, and we have the case fans running off the RGB, well not RGB, the reset button that allows us to change modes, so we're not messing with them. So do keep that in mind, but it was pretty simple to put together. The only issue is you're kind of like daisy chaining these little connectors. So you do have these like black cables behind here, which are not the prettiest in the world, but you can just zip tie like Jackson did here and then tuck them, and you really don't notice it. So for a $40 upgrade, I'm actually really happy with these sleeve cables. Let's go ahead and test something else.
So next up on this list is the GIM or GIM RGB strip. Now this isn't your typical RGB strip. It's more of a brick, a rectangle. Normally when we say RGB strip, we're talking about these strips that are flexible. This, not flexible, it's literally just a magnet. So look, you could actually do that. It comes with a magnet on 2 of the sides. So you'd actually put it 2 different ways. But the whole concept of this, and this does just use a 3-pin, so we're gonna put, like Matt was saying to me earlier, hook it straight up to the same circuit that the RGB combs are on. So that's good. But yeah, you can just put this anywhere in your case. This is probably one of the easiest upgrades I can think of, because even RGB strips take a little bit of effort. You actually have to stick them, you have to run them in certain ways. Now the one good side though with RGB strips, you can hide them. So this might be really bright and you might hate it, but I guess we'll just find out by installing it.
Let's do it real quick. Now, one thing to mention is these do come in multiple sizes. I got the smallest one because, well, I assumed we were gonna use a smaller case. Jackson's head's just right there. But basically all he's gonna do, I'm thinking just like right next to the 24 pin, maybe if it'll actually fit up right there, that works too. I don't know if it'll fit in there or if it's gonna hit a fan. Does this make a whole lot of sense? I don't really know. It's just kind of an extra like,
we kind of just wanted to try it, honestly.
Yeah, just see how bright it is. Okay, so I had to like really crank down our camera settings here, but this thing is like really bright. Here, I'll go back to normal settings. You all can kind of see what we're talking about here. But yeah, it's very bright, adds a lot of color. I mean, if you have a bigger case, you probably could run this like we were thinking on this back panel right here, or maybe if you had extra space between the 2 fans, something that glows inside the case. But basically it's just like an RGB strip on steroids. That's like the best way to say it.
What could even technically go like under the GPU, but I don't know, it kind of looks like it's meant to be there a little bit, so.
What do you think? What do you think about this?
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
so bright.
So bright. But yeah, but you know what? We have another upgrade that I don't really think is gonna fit now.
Oh yeah, now we're gonna probably have to move that.
So yeah, we'll try to fit that. Let's go. So if you really just want to use it as a glorified RGB strip, I mean, you can like this, but at this point you might as well just get an RGB strip. But I mean, I guess it's a little bit brighter than a normal RGB strip, right? Maybe, I don't know.
It is, it's definitely brighter.
So yeah, you got that going for you, but you can put it up there or you can put it down there like we had it before. Let's try the next thing. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. We have a product from Deepcool. This is the GH01 ARGB. It is literally a GPU riser. If this is your GPU sag and you want to add some extra RGB, definitely check this out. Link in the description down below. But yeah, hopefully this uses a really easy RGB connector. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is the clearance on this. We really do not need this in this case. It does not, it's not a necessity, I'll be honest with you. But if you have a bigger case at home, it could be a necessity. Oh wait. Okay, here's this. This is the RGB portion. I'm learning this as I go. How does it hold? I guess you use this thing right here. And then we screw it into a certain point. Okay, so there's the riser. In this case, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense as we mentioned, but if you did have a bigger case, this would look kind of cool, especially if you have like a Deepcool case and you want to have an extra Deepcool product in there. And they're really cheap, they're under 20 bucks. So if you really are having issues with your GPU stacking, definitely consider picking this thing up because it's a nice little addition to your setup.
So this next upgrade is very choice oriented. We chose Columbus from Zombieland, but yeah, you can just take one of your favorite pop figures. Now, don't forget, you're opening it up. You're losing value here, but yeah, take your favorite pop Funko or whatever. You can put pretty much anything you want inside of your computer case. Just keep in mind, if you go to move it, you really need to adhesive it down or take it out. A lot of people just set them in there and they don't move the computer, so it's fine. He's not really gonna, I mean, he could fit like here. Oh, that actually looks kind of cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, there he is.
He could fit right there. We could also technically put him on like the GPU backplate. A little bit
melt
scary.
his feet.
God, he has a big head. Can you move their heads? There you go. We got Christopher Columbus in our PC, the man to explore the United States.
Oh no, into the fan he goes. But yeah, that kind of rounds up the upgrades. Let's just wrap this video up real quick, shall we? With a couple honorable mentions that we suggest.
All right, guys, so if you want to know what a monstrosity of a PC looks like, this is the prime example right here.
And I know a lot of you are probably like, why didn't you upgrade the stock cooler? You know what? We feel really dumb doing this video and then realizing we get all these upgrades and no stock cooler upgrade. But really, it's a build that doesn't really need a custom cooler.
Hold on. Wait. I perfect upgrade, upgrade.
Here we go. Here's a recommended upgrade. Boom, it's upgraded.
That'd be
it's good to
pretty
go.
Cool. There you go, just like that.
That'd be great.
All
but
right,
honestly, we just didn't really want to install a custom cooler to it because one, it's going to be given away. Well, it's already been given away by the time you see this video, but stock cooler is fine. But of course, if you're at home and you have a PC like this, upgrade the cooler too because it's not only going to look better, it's going to actually give you more FPS or FPS.
Everything else we did was purely aesthetic, so this is the one upgrade you could actually do that would be aesthetic and add some performance in theory. And then another honorable mention that we really have to add, well, two of them really, is cable management's really important. Right now it's like a mess back here, but cable management up front we did really good, and that just adds a whole lot of aesthetic to the front of the PC, because if you have cables going all over the case, they just look really bad. So that is like a free upgrade you can do. All you need, a pair of scissors or cable cutters and then some zip ties or even twist ties. You know, take your mom's bread ties and just tie them on there. And then the other upgrade that I really think is important is case swapping. If you ever have an old HP, an old Dell, something that can be swapped into a cool case like this, we highly recommend doing a case swap as well.
So once again, if you want to buy any of the stuff we showed in today's video, link in the description down below. They are affiliates and do help us out. And if you guys have any suggestions for other videos like this in the future, let us know in the comment section down below.
So if you guys haven't already, don't forget to check out our other two YouTube channels and also our twitch.tv/toastybros, where we do build these live and give them away. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
We'll see you guys on the next one. Goodbye. So you guys want to, well, upgrade yourself, get some merch. Teespring, Toasty Bros, link in the description down below. Do it.